Now, the hurricane season is with us and it hits its peak in September. And on a cue, we may well have a system being named as we go through our Friday. The Atlantic waters have been warming over the last few weeks, and that has been the trigger to see this system here. It is now a potential tropical cyclone. It's called 6. It basically has a high chance of developing not only through Friday, but into early next week as well. So we could be seeing a tropical storm Florence by this time tomorrow, passing towards the south of the Cabo Verde Islands, but nevertheless, it will still continue to bring those gusty winds as well as those torrential downpours as it goes through the weekend. By the time we get to the middle half of next week, could be seeing this system possibly developing as a hurricane of category 1, but still staying over the open waters as we head towards early next week. Now, you can't see it on this satellite picture here, but we are still seeing this occasional clouds courtesy of the ITCZ, and that system will basically still remain there, just creeping into your picture as you get towards that late on a Sunday. Now, across the Eastern Caribbean, it's been mostly settled, but there is an area of disturbed weather over Hispaniola, bringing quite a bit of rainfall there. That will continue through Friday, eventually beginning to fade through Saturday, but at least for the Eastern Caribbean, it's mostly settled and dry as we go into our weekend. So overnight in Tobago then, just occasional clouds are passing through, maybe just a passing shower first thing in your morning, but you will gradually see a lot more sunshine as the day wears on. We could likely see a clear night for those of you on the holiday through Friday night and into Saturday morning. Now for Trinidad, a few early morning showers are expected along the northern range, pushing through Marval into Port of Spain. So you will notice a few damp spots along the northern range as you go through your Friday morning, down towards the central and southern areas, and along the western coastline. There's a possibility of us seeing a thunder shower or two, and in those thunder showers, there's again the possibility of street or flash flooding. So if you're in San Fernando, all the way down to Point Fortin, down towards the Carcass as well, don't be surprised if you do hear a rumble or two as you go through the day. Now, temperature-wise, looking at 24 degrees Celsius tonight, it will feel mild at times with a bit of cloudiness pushing through, but it could well be another hot day despite the clouds coming through on Friday. 33 degrees Celsius expected, and with that moisture, it will likely feel quite steamy as well. Now, there's a drastic change set for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, the ridge of high pressure builds, long sunny spells, but that also means that the heat will be there. It will feel quite hot, 34 degrees Celsius across Trinidad, and by Monday we'll see a few showers are popping up to start the new school term. Now, for those heading offshore, or at least or enjoying the beaches on the holiday, this keeping conditions smooth through the Gulf of Paria, no higher than 2 meters offshore in the Atlantic, and those east-northeasterly winds continuing as you go through your Friday. Now, across the Eastern Caribbean, they've seen quite a bit of a drenching of rainfall across the Antigua up towards Bastia into St. Kitts as well. Some of that will likely eventually begin to clear, so we should be seeing a lot of sunshine, at least for the most part, when a couple of brief thunder showers are expected. But all of that activity is now going across the Santo Domingo and Port-au-Prince. So for the Dominican Republic as well as Haiti, they're looking for some of these thundery downpours, possibility of street or flash flooding around there as well. And eventually some of that will push into Kingston. So we'll likely see a few rumbles as well at 32 degrees Celsius expected through Friday. But for us, that potential tropical cyclone poses no threat to us, but we will be seeing a few showers to end our working week. And for those of you starting the weekend, it looks as though it will be quite sunny. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.